back after quite a few weeks. Um, I would like to introduce today Yola and Shanida, who are with me. Yola happens to be my direct yoga client who has practiced with me every Saturday. We started our day with strong vinyasa, sometimes Ashtanga. And it was a great start of a Saturday morning to leave us strong and relaxed for the whole day. So Yola has given me and 360 Event Center this time. I really appreciate that, Yola, and I welcome you to 360 Event Center to share with all of our community members your experiences about yoga and what you feel once we get into the program. And my very close, very close, like my little sister, she's my colleague and my everyday work buddy, our compliance manager from my day job, Shanida. Shanida, by the way, I needed to say about Yola. Yola is from Poland, so she's a Polish Australian, and Shanida is from Thailand, Thai Australian. And of course, I am Bangladeshi Australian, isn't it? So Shanida works with me for a long time, and we often in our workplace, we work in a vocational education college, which happens to be a doorstep to higher education here in the Australian education sector. And Shanida is our compliance manager, and we often, especially at the end of the week, on a Friday evening, we all sit down for, if not too much, but at least for 15-20 minutes of meditation. And that really helps us, makes us happy, releases our stress. And Shanida is very into fitness and very into fashion, very into healthy eating. So I'll let them tell you all about them. But before that, before I give the opportunity to welcome themselves, I really want to thank both Yola and Janina from the bottom of my heart to give me this time to share with my community people how important yoga is, how important it is for us, particularly in this pandemic situation, to keep ourselves, our immune system healthy. We are on an everyday basis going through so much. I don't think there's one single person who's left alone. Life is always throwing things at us, despite of the fact that we have to deal with our normal day-to-day operations anyway. From far away, because of the time zone, I don't have her with me. She's my bestie, a person I have grown up with, and she writes for all of you, to the 360 Event Center community people. I would read, she's a great writer and she has written something for all of you, and I would want to share that, and it's beautiful, if I may. Her name is Sayeda Arfa Rahman, and she writes, "We all share the same destiny, death. Yet, we view it with various degrees of trepidation. At the end, all we take with us is the inherent good in us and the best wishes from people we touched. Material things have no place at this point. A good friend once told me, I can't change. I can't change the fact that my patients will die. But what I can change is how they die." Arfa says to everybody through her message, I think we all have that power, and it lies in our decision to make it now. Thank you. I would request Yola to say a little bit about herself, her experiences about yoga, practices with me, practices with herself, how yoga plays an important part in her life. Thank you, Yola.
Thank you so much, Naz. Thank you for having me in 360. It's a great experience, and I'm very honored to actually share my experience with the community. I started practicing yoga 6-7 years ago. At the beginning, it was on and off because I was doing that on my own. I didn't join the school. I was finding 15 minutes, half an hour, and I was going through YouTube channels to just get familiar. I mean, I knew some asanas from a long time ago, from high school, when I first started to be interested in yoga. But back home at that time, yoga was something very exotic. I only could see it in some books and not many. So it was growing within me that one day I really want to experience true yoga, and not only with the time it came that it wasn't only about poses, about the body. The more I grew up, the more it came that I want to grow all together in my body, my mind, and my soul. And that's what yoga is. All those three elements should go together. So when I joined the classes with Naz, it was amazing experience. At that time, I was going through some personal and emotional moments in my life. Naz was for me like a light. Her peaceful voice and her encouragement with the poses, that yoga is a journey, that we are not designed to do everything as someone is doing. Everybody is different, everybody is experiencing differently. That's why yoga is my journey, yoga is someone else's journey, but it doesn't mean that it will be the same journey. How I find yoga in my well-being? Well, I have to tell that I'm a very energetic person. I always was, but what I can tell these days, and I don't mean that yoga slows me down, that I become lazy, not at all. I think I've got more energy, but because yoga taught me how to focus, how to be mindful, how to breathe properly, all these components made my life much easier. I've got quite, I don't call it stressful, because if we call things stressful, maybe they become stressful, but it's definitely challenging job, very busy environment. I work in project management for the department, for the government, and it can be stressful job. But because I practice mindfulness, I practice meditation, it definitely, I can tell that it benefits me a lot. It helps me to focus on one thing at a time. I also learned through yoga that multitasking is not necessarily something good. It's good to be multitasking, but it's good also to focus on one thing at the time and take one step at the time. And I found out that my workday, even busy, it always finishes on time, with, I would say, with no stress, with no hiccups. Everything goes like smoothly. I incorporate also, together with my yoga, healthy lifestyle. So I'm trying to eat healthy. I cook a lot. I'm interested in Ayurvedic cooking and Ayurveda. So a lot of my dishes are Ayurvedic dishes. Yes, great experience, and I will encourage everybody to start with slow steps. We don't have to do handstands. We don't have to look at people who are doing really, like Naz for me is always inspiration, because when I see how strong she is, I still can't do a lot of poses, but when I see Naz doing them, I have to tell that for the last few days I had a dream doing very hard poses that I never finished yet. I didn't come to the conclusion of those poses, but because probably of that video I was so excited, my subconscious was doing exercises in a dream.
Thank you so much, Yula. You have articulated everything so well. You've left me in a place where I don't have words to thank you. I will talk about what you have said further, but before that, our lovely Shanida, may I have a few words from you, darling?
Hi everyone, and thank you for having me tonight. I want to start with my lifestyle. So, how I started looking after myself, it was when I first started working. I have put on so much weight, and I was thinking that I have to do something to myself. I can't just keep on eating and looking like this anymore. So I started going to the gym. I never ever liked to run on a treadmill before, but I started and then I get used to it and I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. I love going to the gym every morning, wake up at 5 o'clock, get ready, going to gym and come back home, had a shower, get ready and go back to work. It made me feel like I have more energy during the day for working, and also it's just not about losing weight, but it's about my health. I can feel that my body getting better. I have no more back pain. I have no more legs, knees pain, and it actually helped me a lot in doing exercise. And when I started working with Naz, she is a yoga person, so we sometimes practice at work. And I learned a lot from Naz that what is yoga do to your body and what yoga help in your life, how you take deep breath and how to practice your breath. And it's actually good when you are at work and you need some rest, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And it actually helps you to relieve all the stress and help you to have more energy to go back to it. Thank you very much, Naz.
Thank you so very much. Adabhai, I'm sure you have heard from Yola and Shanida. The main things that I would want to say from what I gather from Yola and Shanida to all our community members is yoga is for everybody. The breath that we have with which we breathe, it is actually a tool which we never realize. You know, when we as women are giving birth to a child, I gave birth to a child when I was 19 years old and when I was 29 years old. And the difference I have learned is when I was 19 years old, my daughter was born, and I screamed to the extent that my vocals were all down. I couldn't talk for 2 weeks because we had no idea that instead of screaming, you should be breathing. So the breath is a tool that you should be using at all times. Try it for 5 counts, as I always say to all my clients, and it is really, really very helpful. So Yola did talk about how being mindful, being focused, and her breath has given her so much in her life. You've heard her saying that, her stresses, her interests in cooking and Ayurvedic eating, that is so much of priority before we do any sort of fitness or yoga. And I always hear from people that it is actually 80% eating and 20% fitness or exercise. It is so true. So Ayurvedic eating or clean eating, particularly raw eating, is something I think Ayurvedic eating always encourages, if I'm correct, Yola, is that right? Eating raw, I think. Yeah. I'm not being able. Yes, based on plants, of course. It's a very vegetarian diet, and it is based on plants. And I'm not very sure whether Ayurvedic eating always is raw, but is it raw or you do cook? No, you do cook as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can incorporate some raw stuff, but mostly it's cooked.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But I think as a yoga practitioner, the more raw we eat, the more fuller we are. So, you know what? Realistically speaking, we're not grown up eating raw. I get so tired eating salads by the end of the week. You can ask Shanida how we do, what we do. We plan from Wednesday onwards. What are we going to eat on a Friday afternoon? So it's really fun. But eating is very, very important. By this, I want to tell everybody we don't leave everything with which we grew up, but we find a balance which is good for us, which is good for our body. As you heard from Shanida that she was struggling with weight, I never ever felt, looking at her, she's so beautiful, that she was ever overweight or anything. But this consciousness in us needs to be built in us. And even if I have 5 minutes for myself, is the connection with myself is all about yoga. It does not have to be physical poses, as Yola said. You don't really have to be on a handstand. Yola said, Naz is so strong, Naz does this pose and Naz looks this and that. But I tell you, I'm still also on a journey, and we are all at our learning phases, and we learn till we live, till we breathe, we learn. So I encourage, by inviting Yola and Shanida today, I want to emphasize to all of you how important yoga is, and fitness is any sort of fitness. If you feel like just going for a walk, going for a run, do some swimming, I don't know, do some hiking, which Australia is very good for. Anything that interests you, something to take care of yourself. Why we do that? Because only when we take care of ourselves, we'll be able to take care of you. So it is not being selfish. I want to take care of the community. I want to take care of everybody in the community. And poses can be modified. Poses does not have to be on a handstand, headstand. It is just an opening of your body on an everyday basis. So thank you for your precious, I'm just looking at the time, for your precious and valuable experiences that you have shared with all of us, including our entire community members. Adabhai, over to you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to talk less and listen more, because this is very valuable information, and I believe not only for us, for everyone, and specifically in this COVID situation. And once again, thank you to Shanida and Yola for joining with us tonight. And I'm hoping that your messages is actually delivering a positive energy to our community people who are currently worrying about their health, because when the pandemic started, we didn't realize that what could go wrong. But eventually, after many days, when the medical professionals, they warned few months before, that's what is coming through now. Blood sugar high, heart problem are there, mentally stressed, obesity or too much putting weight. So I would request, please continue so we can encourage other people to get the benefits from yoga. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Athabhai. Ladies, why don't we do a little bit of stretches? So those who are watching us, if anyone is connected with us now or will be watching us later, please sit down on your mat. If you don't feel like sitting down on your mat, or you have knee issues to sit on the floor, it's quite all right. Shanida, if you want to sit on the chair, it's up to you. I know you just finished work. It is in Australia, it is we are closing the day, so it's not a very good time for a strong practice. So we'll go ahead and focus more on meditation a little bit with how we are aligned and everything, how the camera is catching us. I don't think we can do too much, but so let's sit comfortably. Are we ready, Shanida? Okay. Sitting comfortably, cross-legged pose. So I think you can see me. Cross-legged pose. So if you straighten out those legs, bear with me a second. Let me just see if I can push a little bit further and see if you can see me. So if you stretch out these legs and cross one leg over other, pull it in. That is how we cross-legged and sit. Now if that gets difficult, you can use soft cushions or soft pillows, or even blocks really helps to protect your knees if you want to. If that feels nice, then please go ahead and do that. We will sit comfortably, sit tall, trying to connect with the tip of the spine with the earth. As soon as we are comfortable in our seat, we will gradually close our eyes. And we'll count your arms open, palms open to the sky, if that feels good. If you feel like closing the palm onto your knees, that is also something doable. You can also keep the palms close to your stomach, on your lap, actually. Whatever feels comfortable. In the middle of meditation, if you feel like I can't sit anymore, that's also fine. Don't be hard on yourself. The first thing yoga teaches is to be compassionate to yourself. I can't sit like this, so I have to change. I can't sit like this. So you have to understand, and there's nothing wrong about it. Okay? So whenever you're ready with your seat, I just want you to feel your spine and the center of your head reaching up as you will inhale. And when you exhale, you're grounding and connecting to the earth. So with that, we'll have a count of 12 rounds of breath. Closing your eyes. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are going to breathe in this count. If 5 is a count which is hard for you, then count until 4. And the third round, inhale, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. What we call in Sanskrit is poraka. Inhale. Poraka meaning air is filled into your body and it feels nice and fresh. Retraka, you're grounding and connecting with the earth that has made up this body. And the fifth round. 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. Exhale. Find your own count. Don't let my count bother you in any way. 7th round. And I will stop counting. I'll just give you the round. Exhale. And 8, 2, 3. Exhale. Imagine your belly rising and falling. And if you can inhale Ujjayi breath, the sound of oceanic breath, which sounds like, as you exhale, empty the belly. Inhale, 9th round or 10th. And as you exhale, drop or constrict the back of your throat to sound, make the breath sound like the waves, like you're standing in front of a beach. And the last round, inhale. Exhale. And we always start our Ashtanga practice, this could be one option, but we start our Ashtanga practice with a count of 12 breath in this manner. Yola and Shanida and anyone with us who will be or is doing it currently, gently soften your eyelids to come out of it. Take your time, keep your gaze at the floor in front of you. Then gradually allow your eyes to open. Nice evening before you. And once you're ready, inhale, interlace your fingers. A few stretches that you all can do. Inhale, reach them up and gaze at the interlaced fingers. Reach up, let the head fall, reach, inhale, exhale, bring them down. Curl your back, chin to chest. Let's go a little bit faster. Inhale up, exhale, chin to chest as you lower your arms down. Inhale, take your time and move with your breath. We don't have to move together. Exhale in. 2 more like that. Inhale up all the way. I'm already looking up. It makes me feel so good. And exhale. That is the 4th count. 1 more time. Inhale up all the way. Look up. Hold there. Maybe if you can. Reach up. And come down all the way. Inhale whenever you're ready, coming back to the center. Your right arm may land on the right side and circle the left arm all the way and gaze at the right palms just to get a nice twist. A nice twist. Now if you are a practitioner, you can land on the right forearm, but don't get disconnected from the left buttocks. Let the left buttocks be connected, so don't lift it off the ground, and reach through that left fingertips. You want to open your heart and look at the fingertips, and that is a fantastic opening of your entire upper body. Breathe there. 1, and 2 and 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way up, landing onto the left, circle the right arm and reaching through the right. Now if you don't do the same wherever you were, if you're unable to land on the forearm, just stand, let your palms rest, but you're trying to gaze at your right fingertips. If that's hard, gaze up and you're breathing. So that is what we were saying. Take it to your body level, but stretch. Let the body open from within. 2 more rounds of breath here. And 1. And come on back. That was a side stretch. We'll do a forward fold, which is so important. Round the arms all the way up and come forward fold. So see where your arms reach. See where your arms reach. If it doesn't, and you walk these palms and you're trying to gaze down. Tuck your belly in. Tuck the belly in. And then you would aim the chest reaching to the ground. And it does not have to go all the way down. If your hips are tight, it will be hard for you to go down. But doesn't matter. You do this every day, your hips will open. And you cannot come all on a sudden just to go down. I suggest you go gradually. That's the journey. And again, you will lose me with my camera, I'm sure. So we come down, 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 and eventually let the head rest. And you can stay there for some time, as long as you feel like. But don't curve the back. You extend your spine forward, chest down. If your forehead touches the ground, good. If not, you can support the forehead, but stay there. When you stay and hold on to these poses actually connects with your connective tissues, the fascia right underneath your skin. And that's what the relaxation is brought about by these holding of poses for a minute, minute and a half or more if you can with your practice. And you will feel after a full session of a yin yoga, you will feel you have had a massage on your entire body. Whenever you're ready, you can come up all the way. And we'll finish off today with 5 rounds of Anulom Vilom, alternate breathing. So I have this on my YouTube channel and I have done this with you all a lot. But no matter how much I do, the importance of it never lessens. We have to make 5 minutes of our time during the day to do this, because the right side of our brain manages the left side of our body and vice versa. So it is very good for us to do this practice, unless your nasal space is blocked or you have some other issue. I hope, Yola and Shanida, you wouldn't have any problems. If you do, then you can breathe normally in the 5 rounds of Anulom Vilom that we will be doing. So again, my style of doing it is you don't have to do it this way, but whatever, however you have learned it. But I normally place my piece in my middle finger onto my forehead in between my eyebrows. Yeah. And I will close my right nostril, the fleshy part and the bony part. So in the border line, not on the bony because your nostril will be kept open, or not either on the fleshy because it'll get stuck. You wouldn't want that. So find that nice settlement of your thumb to close your right nostril. Inhale through your left. Close your eyes. Sit tall. With your ring finger, close the left nostril. Breathe out through the right. Exhale out. Inhale through right. Close right. Exhale left. That was one cycle. Inhale left. Full inhalation. Don't force the inhalation. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. That was 2 rounds. We start with left. Inhale. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Long, slow, deep breath. Close right. Exhale left. 2 more like that. You may do it in your own pace. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. One last time. If your arms are not getting tired, you are inhaling left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. When you're done with your cycle, keeping your eyes closed, land all your arms on your knees where you started your practice. A very short practice today. Feel how the breath is balancing in your body. Come back to your normal breath. And whenever you're ready, again, soft blinks, soften your eyelids. Keep your gaze to the floor, on the floor before you, and then open your eyes. That was all that we could offer today at Abubai. And I hope it does help everybody a little bit, if not a lot.
Certainly, those who has followed, and if they do it, I believe certainly it will help everyone, those who will try. And what is our guest, what are they thinking about this? What's your opinion?
Are
I'm
you asking me?
No. I'm asking our guests, like they are doing it for a long time. And what do they think if someone new tries, how they will feel, and what are the benefits that certainly get it from here?
I would say relieve your stress. It helps a lot with your energy, and you will feel relaxed while you're doing it, and it's just good for your body as well. Like I have some problem with my nostril, and my nose always blocked. So when I try doing this, it helped me a lot with my breathing, especially during the night time before bed. Yeah.
Yoga is my technology for well-being. I call it that way. Definitely helps me with my body, to strengthen my body. It helps me with my mind, keeps me focused, keeps me clear. The clarity is very important. If we've got clarity in our mind, we can actually achieve a lot. And of course, it helps spiritually as well. I'm not taking that separately. I always try to keep as a one thing. Sometimes, of course, I jump on the mat and my intention is really to focus on my body. But most of the times I focus on my breathing, on my body, on my mental health. And definitely, again, I will encourage everybody 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day. And if you practice, you will see the difference. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Yola and Shadia. Now, I'll get back to Naz Ahmed Appa for the last, for taking away today for our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you, Atabur Bhai. Thank you, Yola again. Thank you, Shanida, for joining me, giving me this precious moment. I will always treasure. I truly will treasure. They are, as we started the class with, material things don't matter. These bondages stay, and these love always helps us heal. I have always done Sanskrit chanting in yogic classes. Not always, depending on how my voice is. Sometimes I do chant in my own religious way, but sometimes in a yogic class, of course, when I'm praying, I do that sort of chant. But when I'm offering the class to my clients, I do offer some chanting. And to me, we are all one. The whole world is one, no matter which part of the world we are all from. The most important thing is we are an intelligent being, and we have to be. So we are human beings and we are the most intelligent, but we have to be compassionate towards all the living things that live around us, because we can't live without them. We think that we will live with let's say, for example, killing a cockroach. I'd be the first one to do that, but we try not to. We try to get rid of it from our home, try not to kill it. It's very difficult, very challenging thing to do, but these are the things that we always need to be conscious about, because the universe is too big compared to what we all are, the sizes of each and every person. We are nothing. So if I may, Atabur, I will finish off with Gayatri mantra. That okay? 3 rounds of chanting. So we can again sit down and we'll close off there. So sit comfortably, closing your eyes maybe. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Dhimasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Dhimasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो धीमस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ